An F1 steering wheel costs more than most people's cars. The brakes glow at 1,000 degrees, hot enough to melt aluminum, and by the time a driver climbs out of the cockpit, they've lost more body weight than you would running a marathon. Formula One isn't the most extreme sport because of the drama, it's the numbers, and today I'm walking you through the ones that genuinely don't feel real. A single F1 car costs between $12 and $20 million, but that number means nothing until you break it down. The engine, a 1.6-litre V6 turbo hybrid, costs roughly $10.5 million. You get 3 for the entire season. 3 engines, 24 races. Blow one up, grid penalty. Your $1 million weekend just got worse. Gearbox, $350,000. Front and rear wings combined, $250,000. The floor, the underside of the car, $140,000, because it generates 60% of the car's total downforce. And then the steering wheel, $50,000, smaller than a dinner plate, 20 buttons, 9 rotary switches, 6 paddles, and an LED screen. It's a full computer you happen to steer with. Now the running costs. Tires, $3,000 a set. Each driver uses 13 sets per race weekend. That's 40 grand in rubber per driver, every single race. Brakes, carbon discs that operate between 400 and 1000 degrees Celsius, where normal brakes would disintegrate. A single disc, $5,000. Pads, $3,000 each. Teams burn through multiple sets per weekend, and crashes are where it really hurts. Williams' Brazil 2024 weekend cost them over $3 million in damage, one weekend. Logan Sargent's repeated crashes cost Williams millions across 2023 and 2024, and that crash damage is widely believed to be a major reason he lost his seat. Mick Schumacher's Saudi 2022 crash cost Haas an estimated $1 million. Under the budget cap, that's money that can't go toward development. Every crash is a direct choice between repair and speed. The cap sits around $145 million per season, but that excludes driver salaries and engine development. Real spend for a top team, $300 to $400 million a year, and the prize money gap between finishing 5th and 6th in the constructors, $30 to $40 million. One DNF at the wrong time doesn't just lose you points, it loses you tens of millions. F1 drivers are some of the most extreme athletes on the planet, and they do it all sitting down. Heart rate during a race, 170 beats per minute average. That's the same as someone sprinting flat out, except they sustain it for nearly 2 hours. In the most intense moments, starts, wheel-to-wheel battles, heavy braking, it spikes past 200. Cockpit temperature, 50 degrees Celsius. In extreme races like Qatar or Singapore, past 60. They're wearing a fire-retardant suit with multiple layers inside a carbon fiber oven, doing 300 kilometers per hour. No air conditioning, no fan, nothing. Because of this, drivers lose 2 to 4 kilos per race through sweat. At the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix, some drivers lost up to 4.5 kilos, nearly 10 pounds, in 90 minutes. Sitting down, total calorie burn, roughly 1,500 per race. Some estimates go up to 2,500. For reference, a full marathon burns about the same. Except marathon runners aren't dealing with G-forces trying to rip their head off. Under braking, up to 6 Gs of deceleration. A 70-kilo driver suddenly feels like they weigh 420 kilos. Their head and helmet, normally 7 kilos, feel like over 40, pulling them forward. The force literally pulls tears from their eyes. In fast corners, lateral G-forces hit 5 to 6 G sustained. That's not a brief spike. It's several seconds of 5 times your body weight crushing you sideways. Every single lap. For 60, sometimes 70 laps. To handle this, F1 drivers train their necks obsessively. Average male neck, 38 centimeters. F1 driver, 46 centimeters. Their core is essentially a structural support system, holding their organs in place under forces that would make most people black out. And it's not just physical. While their body is being destroyed, they're managing brake bias, tire temperatures, engine modes, energy recovery, and split-second overtaking decisions simultaneously. The scary part, put a normal, gym-going person in that car, and experts say they'd last about 30 minutes before their neck gives out and heat exhaustion takes over. Drivers do it 24 weekends a year. We just talked about 5 to 6 G as a normal racing lap. Now let's talk about what happens when things go wrong. Fighter pilots, specifically trained, wearing pressurized G-suits, start losing consciousness around 9G. Most untrained humans black out between 4 and 6. F1 drivers sit at 5 to 6 every single lap. In crashes, the numbers become almost incomprehensible. 2021, Silverstone. Hamilton and Verstappen collide at Copse. Verstappen's car spins into the barrier, 51G. He climbed out and walked away. 2020, Bahrain. Grosjean clips Kvyat at nearly 200 km per hour. Car splits in half, pierces the metal barrier, erupts into a fireball, 67G, trapped in burning wreckage for 27 seconds. He escaped with second-degree burns on his hands. That's it. 67G, a fireball, and he walked to the medical car. What saved him? The halo, a titanium arch over the driver's head. Costs roughly $17,000, one of the cheapest parts on the car. It withstands over 12 tons of force. That's a double-decker bus sitting on the driver's head. In Grosjean's crash, the halo held the barrier apart and gave him space to escape. But the worst impact in F1 history didn't have a happy ending. Japan, 2014. Jules Bianchi lost control in wet conditions and struck a recovery vehicle. 254G, the highest ever recorded in Formula One. Bianchi suffered catastrophic injuries and passed away in 2015. His accident directly led to the halo becoming mandatory. 51G, 67G, 254G, not just statistics, the line between walking away and not coming back. Modern safety engineering is the reason that line has moved so far in the driver's favor. 0 to 100 km per hour, 2.6 seconds. A Bugatti Chiron, $3 million hypercar, does 2.4. Pretty close, right? But 100 to 200, under 2 seconds. That's where downforce kicks in, the tires grip harder, and the hybrid system dumps an extra 160 horsepower. 0 to 300 km per hour, roughly 10 seconds from standstill. Fastest speed ever recorded on an F1 weekend. Valtteri Bottas, Baku, 2016. 378 km per hour, 235 miles per hour on a street circuit. The braking is equally violent. 350 down to 80 in about 2 seconds. The carbon brakes glow white hot past 1000 degrees Celsius. You can see them through the wheel on night races. Peak deceleration, 5 to 6 Gs, pushing the driver forward against their harness. But the wildest speed fact in F1 isn't about straight-line speed, it's downforce. At 130 km per hour, an F1 car generates downforce equal to its own weight. At full speed, roughly 3.5 times its weight. That means, in theory, flip the car upside down and it sticks to the ceiling of a tunnel. The physics checks out. The car genuinely produces enough force to drive inverted. A YouTuber and ex-racing driver has actually been engineering a purpose-built car and custom tunnel to attempt this for real. And the pit stops. Fastest in F1 history. McLaren, Qatar 2023, 1.80 seconds. All 4 tyres changed, less than 2 seconds. Red Bull has claimed they've done 1.45 seconds on the front axle alone in internal tests. In the time it takes you to blink twice, 20 people have choreographed a synchronized tire change on a car worth millions. Now for the records that genuinely sound made up. 1997 European Grand Prix qualifying. Schumacher, Villeneuve and Frentzen set the exact same lap time. Not close. Identical. 1 minute, 21.072 seconds. All 3, to the thousandth. Positions decided by who set it first. Verstappen's 2023 season, 19 wins out of 22 races, 86% win rate. Here's the context. Only 17 drivers in the entire history of F1 have won 19 races across their whole careers. Verstappen did it in a single year, scored 575 points, more than double his teammate Perez, who finished second in the championship. Wrapped up the title with 6 races still to go. 2005 United States Grand Prix, tyre safety dispute. 14 of 20 cars pulled into the pits on the formation lap and retired before the race started. 6 cars took the green light. Fans threw bottles onto the track. Still one of the most embarrassing moments in F1 history. 2021 Belgian Grand Prix. So much rain, the race was 2 laps behind the safety car. 0 green flag racing, classified as an official result. Half points awarded. Verstappen won. Fans sat in rain for hours and watched nothing. 2015 Belgian Grand Prix. Alonso and Button at McLaren received a combined 105 grid place penalties for engine changes. 105 on a 20-car grid. It became an instant meme. Kimi Räikkönen 2010. Ferrari wanted Alonso, so they paid Kimi 16 million euros to not drive the car. He earned more than Massa, who was actually racing for the team. Kimi took the money, went rallying for a year, came back to F1, where he almost bankrupted Lotus by scoring too many points and triggering performance bonuses the team couldn't afford. And Fernando Alonso, over 400 race starts, debuted in 2001, still racing in 2025, over 2 decades. There are drivers on the current grid who were born after his first Grand Prix. Every one of these numbers is a real person strapped into a carbon fiber cockpit at 350 kilometers per hour, burning in heat, pulling forces that would hospitalize most people, and they do it every other weekend for 10 months a year. That's Formula One, not just a sport, a collection of numbers that shouldn't be possible. Drop which fact surprised you the most in the comments, and if you're not subscribed yet, you already know what to do.